What's going on, everybody? Smitty from around the 412 here. It is a Saturday night. What am I doing here? Kim Heyward and the Steelers agreed to a revised contract. I got to talk about it. I cannot wait to put out a video or anything to discuss this. Interestingly enough, all incentive based. So $3 million, $3.2 million in incentives added to his 2025 contract, meaning he can earn up to around $18 million if he hits those incentives. I would assume relatively attainable for him to agree to this. But again, what did I just say on this week's Steelers show on Steelers Saturday Sit Down earlier today? When this is all said and done and he signs whatever and they agree to whatever, we're going to look back on it and say, really, this is what we were haggling about? This is why people were bad mouthing and potentially changing their entire viewpoint of Cam Heyward that they had developed up to this point was for this. This is all that it took to get this done. It's stupid. Nobody wins when everyone's losing. And here we are the night before we kick off and at least something is done and we know for sure that this is behind us. I didn't have a question of if he was going to be out there. I knew he was on the team plane. I know I saw some people questioning that. I didn't want to put that information out there, but now that it's in the past, can bring that up. But yeah, I mean, this is awesome. I hate that it got to this point from just like a perception perspective of Cam, of the team, from the fan base. This was very avoidable. Didn't need to happen. How are you having this conversation for 7 months to this end up being the end result? You know what I mean? So whatever, it is what it is, as long as both parties are happy with this, and I would assume that they are, completely cool with this taking place. So I don't know what the language is. I don't know if team success is built into those incentives as well. But again, like for him to agree to this, after being on this prolonged thing, like I got to think that these are relatively attainable incentives for him to be able to hit. So I don't know. Is it all pro again? Is it Pro Bowl? Is it based off snaps? I mean, again, is it team success? If the team wins the playoffs, if they win a playoff game, if they advance to a certain point, I don't know. I don't know what any of the language is within this contract as we sit here right now making this video. All I do know is Cam Heyward is going to be out there tomorrow against the New York Jets, 1 p.m. to kick off the season. And that's all I think from a fan base perspective we cared about. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think it's so easy to go against the player and for the team in these situations, because our rooting interest takes precedent for us. So, and I'm not trying to make $3 million seem like chump change here, but when you look at where the Steelers cap space was and everything, it's like, again, just seems like a super easy piece of business for them to have done. And it took 7 months to get here. At least we got here before we got the kickoff. I guess that's what we can say about it. So Steelers and Cam Heyward agree to a revised contract. He can make up to $18 million this year, adding a little over $3 million in potential incentives. Okay, whatever. Everybody's happy. I'm happy. Be honest, I don't know that I have too much to say about it. I just had to get that out there. Again, my mind just can't get over the fact that I don't know what it would have had to have been for me to be like, oh, okay, this makes sense why they were haggling over it. I just knew when we eventually got to the point where something was done, at least myself, and I assume a lot of people in the fan base were going to go, really? That was it? That's what was holding up this entire process? I don't know. It seemed like it got pretty ugly. And to me, what they ended up agreeing on, there was no reason for it to get to that point. So let me know your thoughts on that. I know this was just a super short video. Just had to give that reaction, if you will, to you guys. And hopefully you give me your reactions back in the comments. Just trying to jump on any content that I can to put out more stuff on the channel, like other than just doing the regular podcast during the week. Steelers Saturday Sit Down's back. Been uploading a bunch of shorts, Smitty Steelers in 60. We're going to do a lot of standalone content, I think, hopefully coming up here. And then Penguins are going to be back soon, too. So the Penguin show will certainly be returning to the channel. But do me a favor, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you would here on the YouTube. Best way to support us. Let me know your thoughts on the Steelers and Cam Heyward agreeing to a revised contract, adding some incentives to this thing and getting that piece of business done. Till then, also follow us everywhere, of course, at Around the 412. We'll be live tweeting during the game tomorrow. Looking forward to this. Let's get out to a fast start. Let's start out 1-0 and really get the good juices going as we start the 2025 campaign.